We got parts that arrived. Let's unbox them. Okay, so here's what we've got. Got a couple rear fender arches. We've got some rocker panels for both sides, and then kind of rear quarter panel corners there, because those have got some small pinholes too, and just because of the different curves and things that are happening on here, I thought it would be best just to pick these up and use them if I need to. All of this stuff was fairly reasonable, so even if I don't use the entire pieces, I think it was worth the time savings that it would have created to kind of fabricate these pieces myself. So I got them from fixmyrust.com, so I'll let you know how they work out. This is the first time I've ever really used rust repair panels, so I'm not entirely sure what to expect as far as quality goes. I know that they quite often need a little bit of modification to get them to fit properly, but we'll see how it goes. I'm sure it's going to help. Like I said, the price was right. So today, basically we're going to start prepping this area for the replacement panels. It's all about figuring out how we're going to install them, where we need to cut, and just making sure everything fits. If everything goes smoothly, we might even start installing them today. So let's get at it. Okay, so here's the panel kind of just placed in place. I'm just going to, you can see it's all rotted down through here. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to make the cuts. This is all fairly solid through here. There's a little bit of pitting right here, but I think I'm going to cut just along the bottom edge here. That way this can sit. I can't, this doesn't fit exactly tight right now because of the bottom piece here. I need to cut this probably along here and then along here. I do want to use as much of this as I can, as well as you can see over here. This corner is all rotted out, so I'm going to try and use as much of this as I can. So I think the next step is just to trim this a bit so I can get it to, I guess maybe probably just trim along this edge here, leaving a bit of a flange. So. Got it roughly in place. I still need to do probably a little bit of trimming just to get everything to fit just right. But I've kind of marked with a pen where it kind of all around the outside, just so I can see where it's sitting right now. I'm not sure if I'm still going to use quite this much, and you can see like over here it's going to need a little bit of working to get it to kind of fit tight. But so far so good, I think. I'm going to remove this now and just see how much it's actually covering. So. So yeah, you can see I left some extra room at the bottom on the bottom here, and it's still probably half inch down below where the original rocker panel sat. So I'm probably going to trim that up a bit, and then just trying to see here. I've got some. I think there was some damage in this section here, and somebody's used like a stud puller on here, because there's a few kind of holes that have been filled, and it's a little wavy through here. So I think maybe some body work was done here. You can see, yeah, basically there's some. It doesn't seem rusty, but there's some. I think probably holes from where they either drilled in for screws or used a stud puller. So trying to cut out as much of that as I can. Okay, so I just cut a little. Kind of a little section out here just so I could see kind of what's back in behind here. And I think I mentioned before in one of the other videos that the previous owner, or at some point, had done kind of a budget rust repair. So yeah, here's the piece I cut out, and you can see what they did was they just sprayed in some of that expanding foam to kind of fill the gaps, and it's basically, they filled most of the rocker here, and it's not a good idea because I'm pretty sure that this foam kind of absorbs moisture and holds moisture back here. So yeah, don't do that. Although it does seems pretty dry, so anyways, I don't think that's the way to, it's not the proper way to fix this. So. Hey, so my assistant returned.
Hello.
Where have you been, Mackenzie?
I was at school and I'm working.
How's school going now?
It's over for the summer.
Over for the summer. Do you have a summer job?
Yeah, I work the water slides.
But you're not working today?
No, on my days off you make me work on the car.
I make you work on your car. Yeah, it's rough. Alright, so Mackenzie's basically working on the inside. We've got some thinner, and she's just cleaning off the rest of that, what's left of the sound deadening, while I work on the rocker panel here. So we'll keep at it. How's it going, Mackenzie? Are you enjoying working on your car? You don't look like you're enjoying it. Is this your favorite job you've had so far? You love cleaning sound deadening off the bottom of the floor. It's good. I sure appreciate your help. Okay, so I've cut another little piece out just to, again, see what's going on behind here. Looks like there's a little bit of surface rust. Again, some more of this foam that they had sprayed back there. Everything seems good, so I don't think really there's any problems with right here. Like I said, this is just scrapes off. So I'm still trying to figure out. I decided to cut it back right to the spot welds because that makes the most sense and that'll be the easiest to install. I'm just not 100% sure how far I'm going to cut this way or this way for right now. Again, the piece here that I have sits like this, so just figuring it out. Okay, so I've made a couple more cuts, and basically I peeled this old rocker back just to see how it's attached. I guess it's spot welded along the bottom too. I just didn't want to cut too much into this main frame and do any damage there, so I'm just kind of going step by step to figure out the safest way to remove this without causing any more damage. So I think I'm just going to try peeling this back a bit. It's fairly rusted along the bottom, so Okay, so I am out of time for today. I didn't get nearly as much done as I had hoped, but we're getting very close to being able to get this this side rocker panel installed. Mackenzie also did a fantastic job inside today. She did basically remove the rest of that black material. There's still some surface rust in there, so it doesn't look quite as nice as the back sections did, but I'll bring the camera around and show you what she did in there. She was also working on the front sort of nose of the car as well, just removing paint to see how much rust was up there, but it looks pretty good. There's a little bit of surface rust on one corner, but I'll give you a look at that and show you what she's done. Okay, so here's Mackenzie's work on the inside. Like I said, there's still a little bit fine-tuning to do, and there is some surface rust that needs to be taken care of, like up here, but we're going to take care of that. We did discover one more pinhole up here, though, that we're going to have to weld in a patch for that, but that looks fantastic, and I'll just show you front nose as well. Okay, so here's kind of a look at the front nose that she was working on. She got about halfway done. She was fighting with the air compressor, keeping up a bit, and but that looks good. You can see, like I said, there's a little bit of kind of just, I don't know, surface rust or a little bit of rust through here, but it's all still nice and solid there, so I'm not worried about it. And this all looks great. There's a few little dents that we'll take care of, but otherwise it's looking good. Okay, so that's where we're going to end this episode. Fortunately, we just ran out of time today. Didn't get nearly as much done as we'd hoped, but every little bit counts, and we're slowly picking away at it. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and tune in next week to Analog Generation. Hopefully we'll get this rocker panel installed and be moving on to the other side.